This is going to be a surprising perspective that Jesus had on miracle signs and wonders. All right? Verse 37, if I do not do the works of the Father, do not believe me. Okay, just stop right there. If I do not do the works of the Father, do not believe me. How big of a statement is that? Well, just think with me. He is actually giving people permission to not believe he is who he is. If he doesn't do what? The works of the Father. What are the works of the Father? The best way to study that is to study the Gospel of John, because that's where the statement is made. To study it in the context, without question, works, the works of the Father, are miracles, signs, and wonders. This is the book where you find the statement, and greater works than these shall you do, because I go to the Father. So this theme of works and greater works is miracles. So he says, if I do not do the works of the Father, don't believe me. That's fascinating, because we've had all the prophets have spoken of him. So there's one witness revealing who he is. Nature itself, the stars in the sky, the angelic realm, the spirit realm testified to who he was. The prophets, nature, the angelic realm all spoke to identify who Jesus was for us. And Jesus stands here before humanity and he says, listen, you don't have to believe the prophets. You can ignore nature and you can ignore the angelic realm if I don't do the works of the Father. When the Father declared over Jesus, my beloved Son in whom I am well pleased, that was an act that a father would do when he would introduce his son to the community. And he'd bring his son into the community. Let's say they were carpenters. And when he came to the community, he would announce that this is his beloved son in whom he was well pleased. In that announcement, he was telling the entire community, from this point on, when you do business with my son, you are doing business with me. So it's the concept of inheriting family business. So the works of the Father is the family business. And he says, you don't have to believe the prophets, the angels, you don't have to believe any of it if I'm not carrying on the family business. How important were the works? I'm glad you asked. Verse 38. But if I do the works, though you do not believe me, believe the works. Oh boy. Though you do not believe me, believe the works, that you may know and believe that the Father is in me and I in him. How many of you understand? He's not saying you don't have to believe in me. He's just saying, listen, you're struggling with me? Look at the blind that have been healed. Because signs point to something greater than itself. And the signs, in the same way the exit sign over here points to an exit. None of us crawl through the sign. The sign is real, but it points to something greater than itself. All the miracles point to something greater than itself. So he's saying, listen, you have a hard time swallowing me? Look at the miracles. Believe them. Why? Because they'll take you to me. And what was his concern? He came to reveal the Father, and he says, if it takes you to me, you'll see the Father is in me, because Jesus' primary assignment in coming to earth was to reveal the Father. So Jesus said, if I don't do the works of the Father, don't believe me. What would it be like to have the church stand up before the world and say, if we don't do the works of the Father, you don't have to believe our message?